It's time to celebrate freedom the indie way, folks. Here comes 10 new indie games releasing for the week of June 30th through July 4th, 2025 that'll blow a hole in your wallet bigger than a 4th of July finale. Greetings, Indie Warriors, and welcome to I Dream of Indie Games. My name is Old Gamer Joe, and here in the United States, we will of course be celebrating Independence Day this week, but we are always celebrating indie visibility here at the channel. Alright then, if you'd like to support the freedom of creativity this Independence Day, you know, original scripts and honest gaming coverage written by real people instead of AI machines, well then blast over to patreon.com/idreamofindiegames to gain Discord access to the greatest indie gaming community, this show early and ad and sponsor free, our podcast 3 days early, and so much more. But best of all, you'll be supporting the unsung heroes of the gaming world. Your new indie gaming community is waiting for you. But hey, now before we jump into all of those awesome looking indie releases for the week, we've got one more coming at you. This week's indie sponsor is Coven with their upcoming gorgeous, hand-drawn, 2D, physics-based adventure, Micromega, and it looks mega cool. Art and puzzles come together as one in this vertical scrolling adventure that has you playing as a sphere within a world on the brink. Broken down machines, abandoned ruins, and bizarre creatures are all that inhabit this world now, as you carefully roll through the remains in hopes of surviving. The game's scale-shifting mechanic is like nothing we've seen before, with a cinematic style that showcases just how much love and care went into Micromega's visual design. Did you make a mistake? No biggie, you can rewind time. Whoa. You'll solve mysteries, you'll fight back tears, and watch a magnificent story unfold when Micromega releases soon. So use our link in the description box below, indie artists, and add the game to your wishlist today. Or support the game on Kickstarter because that page is going live soon too. Links are in the description box below. Now it's time to get the party started. This little action RPG looks quite fun. It's called Radiant, Guardians of Light. Go it alone or grab a partner as you battle your way through a fantasy realm, exploring colorful environments. The dynamic combat system will have you pulling off epic combos as you gain new skills, with massive bosses standing in your way. Craft new weapons and enjoy smooth animations. The game almost has an arcade feel to it, which I'm all about. What can I say? I love my retro games in this style. I just hope I don't need to open my PC and blow inside of it to make sure that the game boots up. A little weird though, it's listed as coming out on Steam, but no hype around this game as far as developer updates or anything. All I could find is a Kickstarter page that never seems to have launched. Regardless, hopefully you're playing this game on the 30th as Steam suggests. Well, here's a word you don't see every day. Here goes nothing. Primordialis. It's not only a mouthful, but it's also a physics-driven roguelike fish builder. Lots of fishing games are coming out lately. Have you noticed that? You'll take on nasty sea creatures and apparently children that blow up in this offbeat underwater indie adventure. Dive deep and discover mysteries as you utilize a deeply customizable creation system. There are 60 cell types for different combinations of engineering fish, so the only limit is your imagination. And with 5 main biomes and a sandbox mode, you'll have no shortage of content. I've seen some shit in life before, but not too many exploding fish. You know, now that I think about it, I saw a video of an exploding whale online a few years back, and it was kinda crazy. Almost as crazy as this indie release dropping on the 30th. This is an early access title. We don't normally feature those, but because this week is a little all over the place, if you couldn't tell already, we're gonna go ahead and bend the rules a bit. It's not every day you get to play a game with exploding fish and combustible children, right? For you cozy enthusiasts out there, this is Rekindled Trails. Accompanied by a fiery friend, you'll do all the usual cozy things. Fishing, mining, you know the drill. Heck, you might even use a drill. Explore dark mines with the light of your flame. Take advantage of your tile-based inventory and unlock upgrades across the villages that you explore. We shall see if this unique light mechanic can help Rekindled Trails stand out a bit from other cozy titles. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 da da da. That was a terrible version of the X-Files theme. Did anyone get that? Yeah, if watching the X-Files taught me anything though, it's that the truth is out there. I love pretty much anything involving aliens and UFOs, and so the Echo Paradox, a psychological horror release coming from Virtuozilla, looks right up my alley. Traverse through various universes as a member of a research group that studies the supernatural. Use your brain to solve environmental puzzles and question your sanity in this thrilling indie release. I'm a sucker for a good spooky mannequin gag, and this seems to have a few of those. Now, who doesn't love a classic shoot-'em-up collection? In Games is bringing IREM Collection Volume 3, which collects Mr. Heli, Mystic Riders, and Dragon Breed, 3 lesser-known arcade shooters available in both English and Japanese. New to these versions will be the ability to customize controls, quick saves, filters to recapture the classic look of the games, leaderboards, and even local 2-player and Mystic Riders. This collection should pack one hell of a punch, like more than Hawaiian Punch, which got really weird with the different colors and flavors over the years. Side note, who would win in a fight, the Kool-Aid Man or the Hawaiian Punch guy? What was his name anyways? Sometimes, you just feel like playing a game where you get to slice stuff up. Well, you'll get your opportunity this week in BloodRush, Undying Wish, which is launching into early access on the 1st. This top-down hack-and-slash roguelike features a gothic setting and puts you in control of the Stranger, who's tasked with surviving 8 challenging arenas while battling evil enemies from the Cult of Eternity. Master the game's tricky combat and skills using 6 different weapons, 20 upgrades, and tons of combos. It's all about momentum, so keep your cool and see if you can survive. This one goes out to the Legion of Doom. What a rush! BloodRush. My throat hurts. Having previously released on PC, Into the Emberlands is now making its way over to the Nintendo Switch. This cozy title surprisingly features some roguelite elements, putting you in control of a light bearer. You're tasked with saving villagers called knacks, while gathering up resources and restoring peace to your village. Now, how did these knacks get so lost? Don't they have Google Maps or something nowadays? There's tons of biomes to explore, full of secrets in this charming little adventure that should be a nice fit for Nintendo's handheld. Procedural generation also ensures that runs will feel fresh each time. Actually, now that I think about it, wasn't Knack also a failed PlayStation franchise? Well, they did make 2 of them, so I guess it was kind of a 2-hit wonder, sort of. This next game kinda creeps me out a little bit. I never liked the idea of being under surveillance. Ugh. Ain't that the world now, though? Everything is watching you and your phone is listening! Sorry, didn't mean to scare you. This is a mystery visual novel adventure of sorts called Sofia in Exchange for Lies. You'll explore the deeply disturbing thoughts of, you guessed it, Sofia, who is suspected of murder of a prominent political figure. Sofia suffers from DID and is now placed under surveillance. There are 5 possible outcomes in this stylish-looking indie release that might be a bit unnerving for me, but if I'm being honest, the weird part of me is kind of into it too. Wasn't that song Every Breath You Take kind of creepy now that I think of it? Why was Sting watching me? .2D survival horror title Dead of Darkness is making its way over to consoles after a successful PC debut, meaning that fans of classic Resident Evil games and the like will have something exciting to play this week. Taking place in England, investigator Miles Wyndham is trying to find out what happened to his daughter, who has sadly been killed. This leads him to a haunted island where nothing is as it seems. Expect good old-fashioned retro pixel art presented in a top-down style. Lots of characters to meet that are fully voice-acted, keys, clues, maps, guns, all the genre staples are here. It looks fun, and all it really needs is some bad FMV. Closing out this rather interesting mix of games this week is Ostrich Farm. I thought it would be a fun one. Gonna shout out a super small indie dev here. You get to be an Ostrich Farm owner and must breed as many as you can, making sure they look pretty. Looks aren't everything though, because they need to be smart too. You'll get tons of orders to fulfill, unlock crazy mutations, watch these creatures interact with each other, and grow your farm to the ultimate ostrich hangout. I guess you could say this has impeccable design. I'll tell you folks, only in the indie gaming scene do you get something like this. And that's gonna do it for this week folks, but keep it locked to I Dream of Indie Games for all your indie gaming needs. To our North American viewers, have a great 4th of July. Everyone else, I hope you have an amazing week. Voice to the voiceless.